The death of virtuoso guitarist Jeff Beck has saddened the rock and roll world. Jeff Beck, the legendary rock guitarist who rose to prominence with the Yardbirds in the 1960s, died on Tuesday at the age of 78. Beck, a guitar prodigy and inventor as well as one of the world's greatest rhythm and blues interpreters, died peacefully after succumbing to illness. We convey the news of Jeff Beck's death with deep and profound regret on behalf of his family. He died peacefully yesterday after suffering bacterial meningitis unexpectedly, according to a statement on the English-born musician's website on Wednesday. His family requests privacy as they grieve this enormous loss. Beck's death shook the music world, with tributes flooding in from rock luminaries such as Ozzy Osbourne, with whom Beck had worked, and Kiss lead vocalist Gene Simmons, who termed Beck's death heartbreaking. "No one plays guitar like Jeff," Simmons tweeted. "Please obtain the first 2 Jeff Beck Group CDs and experience brilliance. RIP." Mick Jagger said Beck, an 8-time Grammy winner and 2-time Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, one of the best guitar players in the world. "He was as quiet as moccasin feet, yet volatile, inventive, and impossible to describe," remarked Patti Smith, punk poet laureate. "One of my generation's masters. The 6-stringed warrior is no longer with us to marvel at the magic he could weave around our mortal emotions. Jeff had the ability to channel ethereal music. His method was unique. His imagination appeared to be infinite. Jeff, I shall miss you, as will your millions of admirers," Led Zeppelin guitarist Jimmy Page, a Yardbirds bandmate and close friend of Beck, wrote on Instagram. "What a tragic loss for his family, friends, and countless fans. It was an honor to meet Jeff and an even greater honor to have him play on my most recent record. From the Yardbirds to the Jeff Beck Group, he blazed an unimaginable path. Play now and always," Kiss guitarist and singer Paul Stanley announced the news on Instagram. "I am devastated to hear the news of my friend and hero Jeff Beck's death, whose music has thrilled and inspired me and countless others for so many years," Pink Floyd guitarist and singer David Gilmour said on Twitter. "Oh, my heart, rest in peace, Jeff. I already miss you." Whitesnake's David Coverdale also shared the news on Twitter. "I met Jeff Beck when I was 17 and I was glad to know a man like him, somebody who was able to show me how to approach this guitar playing thing, and that's still very much the case. Jeff was a wonderful soul, and we will miss him greatly, but we can take solace in knowing that he will be with us forever. Hello, silver lining." ZZ Top's Billy F. Gibbons said in a statement. Smith's guitarist Johnny Marr described him as a pioneer and one of the all-time greats on Twitter. "Truly one of the all-time greats. I saw him for the first time with the Yardbirds in 1966. Brilliant, one-of-a-kind musician," Black Sabbath bassist Geezer Butler said on Twitter. Jeffrey Arnold Beck, born on June 24, 1944, in England, began fiddling on a borrowed guitar and even tried creating his own. He's named Les Paul, Ravi Shankar, and Django Reinhardt as influences, and he's made a career out of experimenting with new sounds and fusions that push rock's bounds. Beck had previously produced pioneering rock sounds by the time the Yardbirds hired him in 1965, having played in multiple groups while attending art school in London. After the departure of one of the band's star guitarists, Eric Clapton, he auditioned and helped propel the British avant-garde rock sound with numerous innovative records, including the fuzz-filled guitar riffs on Heart Full of Soul. By 1966, he had formed the Yardbirds with fellow guitar virtuoso Jimmy Page, who had discovered the British blues rock phenomenon Led Zeppelin. A year later, Beck created his own band, the Jeff Beck Group, with Rod Stewart on vocals and Ronnie Wood on bass, and received global acclaim. Beck's first solo triumph came in 1975 with Blow by Blow, a sleeper smash produced by George Martin of the Beatles, whom Beck later credited with salvaging his career. By the 1980s, he'd abandoned the use of a guitar pick in favor of plucking with his thumb to create unique sounds.